question for the day. Why are the Seahawks going to the Super Bowl? I know we are super excited about this. Guess what? Today we're going to talk about some grammar topics that are going to answer this question. So it's going to be really exciting. We're going to find out why using transitive verbs, direct objects, indirect objects will make our writing come alive and also help us describe why the Seahawks are going to the Super Bowl. Alright? So our learning target today, here's what I want you to do. Turn and talk to a neighbor, tell each other what the learning target is, and then I want you guys to take a look at the little dude is saying. He says, what does it mean to identify something? Right? We're going to define our verb and our learning target. And what do you guys already know about verbs and objects? Okay, turn and talk now. Go.
So I can identify transitive verbs, direct objects, and indirect objects in a sentence. I can identify and practice basic grammar concepts in my own writing.
Hey, you have learning target. What does it mean to identify?
Identify, pick it out, like identify. Point out where that is at.
What do we already know about verbs and objects? They go together.
Yeah.
They're friends.
They are friends. Verbs are doing things.
Objects are things.
It can be action verbs or linking verbs.
Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I heard you guys talking. It sounds like you all have a really good idea of identifying. Right? We've done that quite a few times. And so this our final goal is that we're going to use these concepts in our own writing, but in the meantime, we're going to watch a little bit of the Seahawks. Okay? So, I'm going to apologize. The background music was edited into this video, so I'm not responsible for it. But here's what I want you to pay attention to. What is the quarterback doing in the video? Right? Who's the quarterback of the Seahawks? Russell. Thank you. What is he doing in the video? What is he using? And who is it going to? Okay? 3 things. It's a really short clip. Ready? Okay. Awesome. Did you guys catch the name of the guy that caught the ball, or do you happen to know?
Yes.
Very nice. Okay, that might come in handy in a little bit here. Right? So we just watched a short video. And I asked you guys kind of to look for some things. We're going to kind of share out together. Can someone share an action verb to describe what Russell Wilson did in this video? Just one word. Kelly.
Throws.
Throws the ball. Perfect. What is receiving the action? This is a little confusing. I want you to think about it. If we're talking about throwing, what is receiving the action of throwing? So Jermaine is catching the ball. Got it. You're on the right track. So the last one, let's look. It says, identify to whom the action was done. Who got the ball? Jermaine. Right. And what did he get?
Football.
The football, right? Yeah, you did get a touchdown. Very good. Right? Okay, so here's what we're thinking about, you guys. We're thinking about how words have different meanings in sentences, and we can use these words to make descriptions about what happens in a video like the Seahawks video. Okay? So I'm going to give you... Okay, we'll get there in a second. Okay, so why did we watch this video? Transitive verbs, direct objects, indirect objects help us describe actions. Okay, they help us describe to our friends what happened in the Seahawks game. So our goals for learning these terms is just to make our writing even better. By being aware of these concepts, we're going to be able to apply them to our writing and then make them even better for our readers. Okay, that's kind of the goal. And then also the goal is to watch a little Seahawks. Okay. So, to start us off, we have a new term. Does anyone know what a verb is? We just throw out some ideas.
Action word.
An action word. Anything else? What you do.
State of being.
State of being. Nice. Right? So, verbs kind of in my mind have 2 different things. They can be actions or like feelings or states of being, right? The kind of verb we're talking about today is an action verb. So, a transitive verb is just a really fancy word for an action verb. You might want to jot that down. So that's new information. Okay? So transitive verbs have 2 important features. Yes, they're an action verb. So here's some actions like slap, dive, jump, march. And then transitive verbs also must have a direct object. Okay? So 2 things. Action verb, it's an action word, and it has to have a direct object. Now we need to know what the heck is a direct object. Okay? So a direct object will always follow the transitive verb. So direct objects are the receiver. You like what I'm doing with football here? the receiver of the action. Okay? So kind of like what Kelly said. I forgot to write it down. Kelly, what was your sense, or what did you kind of say about Russell Wilson again?
He threw the football.
Right. Sorry guys, this is me. Okay, what's our transitive verb? Through. Right? It's our action word. And then what possibly is our direct object? Football. Right. So when I see, so kind of similar sentence that I came up with here exactly. I find my transitive verb, which is the word through. I ask through what? And then I find, oh, so the ball must be the direct object of the action through. Okay? So now let's do a little practice finding the transitive verb and the direct object in this sentence. So the Seahawks eat healthy food in order to perform their best on the field. I want you to turn and talk to your neighbor, find the transitive verb, and find the direct object.
Okay, so
The Seahawks eat
What?
is
food.
yes.
Food. Healthy food.
Healthy being
that makes sense.
adjective form.
Describing the food.
Okay, 3,
Okay.
2, 1, hands up. Give me both. Antia.
Verb is eat, and direct object is food or healthy food descriptively.
Thumbs up, I got it. Thumbs down, I didn't get that one. Nice. Okay, we're kind of maybe tentative. That's fine. We're going to keep practicing. Okay, now I need you to bear with me. This is trickier. Indirect objects, okay? So in order for us to have our indirect object, we have to have our transitive verb. We have to have our action verb, okay? And we have to have that direct object. Otherwise, we do not have an indirect object, okay? So an indirect object tells us to whom or to what the verb's action is done, okay? So the indirect objects are the recipient of the direct object. Okay, so before we practice, what was our direct object in our last sentence? Football, right? And who got it again?
Jermaine first.
Right. Okay, so we kind of know this. You guys got this. So what's the verb? We found the verb through. We found our direct object. And then we asked the question of the direct object, to whom or to what? Jermaine Kirsch, of course. Okay, so indirect objects will explain to whom or to what the direct object did the action of. Okay, so let's practice. Another little easier example. At the end of the game, a Green Bay Packer fan threw his cup of soda at a Seahawks fan. So find your verb, ask what. To find your direct object. To find your indirect object, ask to whom. Go.
So verb is through.
Through.
Through the birds.
Right. Through what?
Well, I would say cup, because the soda is describing what's
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
And then,
Seahawks fan.
Seahawks
Or
fan,
fan.
indirect object.
Yeah.
Soda, direct
You guys
object.
put it in Seahawks fan is the recipient of soda.
Yes.
Nice. Okay. Everyone get it? Okay, hands up. Give me all three. I want to hear from Heidi.
Okay, so the verb is through, and the direct object is his cup, and the indirect object, cup of soda, and then the indirect object is the Seahawks fan.
Okay, thumbs up, I got it. Thumbs up, I need a little practice. Next, yes, question.
So cup of soda. Could you say cup or soda are is the direct object? You can say through his cup or through his soda, or is it just the phrase in general?
Right.
That's
I guess
the
what. So when you say he threw what? Can you actually throw soda in the air?
In the cup, you
It kind of
can.
can. Oh, sure. As a projectile? Sure. That's a great question. I think you. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, you could do both. But I feel like it's a little bit more explicit if we're kind of saying it's the cup, right?
It's cup, actually.
Yeah,
It is
I
cup.
don't think you can only use soda if it was by itself, but when you have cup, soda is
It's the modifier.
Well, what kind of word is of?
Preposition.
Right. So anything in a prepositional phrase can't be a direct object or an indirect object. So we have of soda throwing us off.
Got it. Good to know.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's through his cup at a Seahawks fan.
Right.
Okay. Halftime. We're gonna do some learning target vocabulary practice. We only have a couple more seconds. So our practice sentence is the NFL fined Marshawn Lynch $20,000 for grabbing his crotch after a touchdown. That is our sentence. I want you guys to find your verb, find your direct object, find your indirect object. Go.
And then
Well, there's two phrases.
Marshall Lynch.
Well,
Okay.
guess would be the reason for crap.
Because the
NFL
fine.
subject, so fine.
Yeah, but that's because.
No, what if
But
it's
they're
No,